Welcome back to How It's Like Behind Your Lens. It's your girl, Mickey Boo, and we got a special guest in the building, y'all. Y'all know they keep showing up, letting us know what's going on with their life and what they're doing to maintain the things that they're doing. Y'all, we got, let them know who you is.
Ain't shit free.
Ain't shit free.
Cause that's the truth.
But for short, free, right?
For sure.
Okay.
But a singer, songwriter, sushi chef, many other things.
Okay. Like what? The list keep going on and on and on.
I mean, it depends on the day, to be honest.
Okay.
But child of God every day.
Thanks. But you're a jack of all trades.
For sure.
Your main thing is to what though? It's the music.
My main thing
cooking
is singing
okay.
And songwriting. But I'm liking to cook for others now. It's one of those things I'm learning. But I love to eat more than that. So
me too, y'all. So what made you get into the cooking?
Really, if we're talking about sushi specifically, it was just like mid-pandemic, and there was a strike going on with the Asian employees with Benihana, and they all just quit. So they pretty much needed people to stand there behind the sushi bar until the company like figured out what they were gonna do, and so they would just hire anybody. So I saw the shit on Indeed, you know what I mean, and I applied. Came in the next day for the interview. Hired me on the spot because I had a knife. They were like, "You must know how to use it." I was like, "Yeah." So they never thought I'd be good at it for real. You know what I'm saying? So as I started working with them, the corporate people would come down and they would just be like, kind of nice at this, you know what I mean? So like, next time I come, I'll do something different. So for the next 5-6 months with the company, it was cool until we got a new manager, and then they was trying to get more, Asian people in the front, try to push me back to the back.
Wow.
Yeah, so I ended up filing a few complaints about that, amongst other things, and then when the restaurant finally decided to close, I took it upon myself to just continue to practice, And so that's where Black Sushi came from.
Okay.
But cooking in general, that's just something that's always been personal, with my mom and stuff. Like, she has chef dreams for real, so watching her do everything, trying to be professional as possible, and then like the quantity of food, that she makes amongst the quality, amazing. I've always been, just like her sous chef, growing up, she did events and stuff. So, that part I kind of think is what allows me to do what I do every day with food easy. Just watch my mom, but for sure it's just a means to an
end. Okay. It's good stuff. So how long have you been singing? Because that is your long time or goal, something that you really, really want to do. Picked up the cooking during the pandemic, which was a really phenomenal idea to continue to make money. So as you pursue your singing career, how long have you been doing it? And like, do you have any professional coaching?
Well, I really started off in church.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My grandma, she was in the choir. She played a little piano. And she taught me like music theory, from a young age. And I joined the choir. And I sang in the choir for, you know, the whole childhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With 2 different churches. But it was like 15, 16 years I was in church every Sunday in the choir or in some type of capacity singing. I think once I started taking it up in middle school, it kind of got a little more serious because, I realized that I could sing, and that a lot of people couldn't sing. So I started singing for shorties, You know what I'm saying?
Like on the spot.
Yeah, it's
Are
cool
you
right
good
there.
with singing on the spot?
Yeah, that's kind of. I think that's what kind of drives the whole thing forward for me because I haven't really dropped any music like that. So it's like, being able to just tell people I sing and hit a note. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty like the quality of my character.
Right. So you know what I'm going to ask next then, right?
Yeah, of course. What's
All
up?
right. So could you sing for us? Because we got to see if the talent is really talent.
Yeah.
Talent different today.
I already know.
But I believe in the traditional way where you got to really have it.
Yeah.
So let us hear something.
So let's see. If we're talking about my story, here's my story. You gave me your heart, girl. Been down from the start, yeah. Before I was falling, you knew I was walking. You heard all my problems, and you helped me to solve them. Nobody to call, but you always do pick up. That's why I'm never gonna switch up. I can't start fucking with ya. Forever I'm gonna be your nigga. Fall out of retirement with you. Respect the little blue Honda Fit. Yeah, I 95 to the East Coast. Got by the name for that reefer. I live my life as a homeless man. I can survive in these circumstances. I got $1.50, but I don't need money cause I'm the man. I don't need money cause I'm the man. I don't need money cause I'm the man. I live my life as a homeless man. I don't need money cause I'm the man. Nigga, I sleep on the floor. My niggas sleep on the floor. Me and my girl on the floor. Cause she down to sleep on the floor. She take me to work in the morning. And she go to work in the morning. I'm making it work in the morning. And she go to work in the morning. I got an auxiliary cord. And she got a little bass in the trunk, yeah. Whipping that feel like a foreign. She whipping that feel like a Porsche. She flip it and back at the park. The flick of the wrist is important. And damn it, my wrist is so froze. And this shit ain't even real gold. Respect the little bull on the fit. I 95 to the East Coast. Got by the name of that reefer. Everything in the backseat, yeah. I live my life as a homeless man. I can survive in these circumstances. I got $1.50, but I don't need money cause I'm the man. I don't need money cause I'm the man. I don't need money cause I'm the man. I live my life as a homeless man. And I don't need money cause I'm the man. Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't want to say I have split personality or anything, but I definitely have a certain way that I think things should go by, and then things is like, okay, maybe I can understand that.
Yeah.
So, in your lyrics, you're saying you live life as a homeless man, right? And you mentioned before you saying that it's a part of your story. So the goal was not to continue to be homeless, right?
No.
Okay, so it was just where you was at the time, and you know who you are, and money doesn't make you, is the message.
For sure.
Okay, cool.
And the whole I'm the man part, I don't need it type shit. It's like going back to being a child of God, no weapon formed, being able to walk through faith and not by sight. You feel me? It's like no matter if everything were to disappear, it'd be different tomorrow. I still have my faith, and that's what that really is about. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't need the money. The money doesn't make anything.
It just gets you.
Just lubricates everything.
That too. Yeah. Because I was speaking to some of my family members, and I just think as influencers, you have to be careful with what you say because everybody processes things differently. And I wouldn't want young guys out there like, I'm a man, I can be homeless and this girl's still gonna rock with me, or and times have changed where it's a common thing. Roles have changed where men feel like they don't have to work as hard. But I see where you're going with the faith. But that's why I love things like this, interviews and getting the backstory to what things really mean. Because like I said, people run with ideas and they make it their own. I think it's a beautiful song. I think that you have a beautiful voice. And I'm glad that your mindset is to have faith because that's a beautiful thing as well. I definitely believe in faith. I'm a strong believer, in my faith. So yeah, let's I want to talk about the church real quick as far as, so we know that you believe in God. Do you feel like you're religion based or you're more spiritual? Because now people are coming out of the group ethic, who they are, what they believe, and what they stand for.
Yeah.
And so that's important to me because I feel like church has done its share piece of trying to teach about God, but I think that experience and like self-reflection and going within is a more deeper substance of finding your true essence.
Yeah.
So like where do you lie in that?
When it comes to like finding who I am, you always gotta go back to where you came from. And I feel like as far as I can go back, I'm going back to a church. Now, like I said, I went to a Pentecostal church growing up, but then I switched to Baptist and I got baptized, you know? And not too different in the culture, you know, when it comes to, you know, Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
but, you know, stronger beliefs in certain aspects. But when it comes to my faith, I do believe that there is a God and that we don't know anything about our true power that we
Mm-hmm.
have here.
Mm-hmm.
What I was taught growing up was the ways of Jesus Christ.
Correct.
Moving through life, you know, finding who Jesus Christ actually is has been, you know, interesting, you know, because he's different to everybody, you know. But understanding who the Son of God is doesn't matter who Jesus Christ is, because the point was that it's an example for us to see that there is light.
Correct.
And if we choose to see the light, we will be able to. If we don't want to, then we can lose it. And I feel like the concept there is stronger than the stories.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
So
I agree.
what I believe is you do the right thing, sow good seeds, you get good fruit.
Thanks. I love that. Well said.
Thank you.
So free. You say you've been singing since you was in church as a young child. You said with your grandmother, right? So did you live with your grandma or you just went to church with her?
I lived with my grandma for a long time.
Okay. And so with you putting your energy into your music career, like how was that going for you? Because um I do music as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw how it's not that I don't think it's not meant for me, and I say that because financially I had to learn, okay, my priorities come first. I'm spending a lot of money in this area and I'm not really getting the results that I want, because as an artist it's not just about recording a song. You know, a lot of people go in and pay for all their songs to be mixed and mastered, and then you have to get it copywritten, and then you have to do visuals behind it, which consists of video shoots, photo shoots, appearances, you know, a look. Your wardrobe is everything as well when it comes to creating your character and bringing it to life. How has the music, you know, reciprocated the energy that you've given it? Do you feel like, you know, you're at a place where you want to be? Do you feel like you need more work? What's keeping you motivated to keep going? And like, what does that look like for you on your journey of music?
Interesting. For me personally, I never really wanted to share my music. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Like when I started doing music, it was just because I had to, for real. You know what I mean? Just singing. And then, like I said, people were asking me to sing. And we formed lots of little groups. You know what I mean? We had lots of groups. You know what I mean? So for me personally, it was just something we did for fun because it was something we had to do all the time. You know, I never really wanted to be a singer. You know, it was dancing for me, for real. Like, yeah, background dancing. I always wanted to be a background dancer.
Okay.
Then I got my chance like when I was 14, 15, to go on tour with like Salt and Pepper. One of my friends was the nephew of Salt. So we, had a little in, and it was dope, but once I got on the stage, I was just like, I want people to know who I am. And so finding out what I wanted from, people knowing who I am and what I do, it's always been purely about the message. So I started out and I just thought about it. I don't want to compete when it comes to all the stuff that everybody has to do or feels like they have to do when it comes to the investments financially, especially if I don't have it. That's why, like I said, if I had $1.50, like, is it going to change the fact that I'm singing the song? You know what I mean? That was the point, really, that I was singing that. I've never recorded that song. Like, that's a song that I never meant to record, and I probably will never record it because it was like a theme song that I wrote along the way because I wasn't able to invest the ways I was, like everybody else was at the point.
Right.
Based off of knowledge and finances.
Right.
A lot of people that was around me felt like I already just knew what was going on. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like felt out of the loop. So, I just shut up for real. And then when people asked me what I did, that's when I thought it was sing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't promote myself as a singer or anything. I just was there. I just was free.
So all you had was your voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Nah, I valued it. Like people just be, like I said, they say that they sing or they say that they rap or something like that, and then like they be in there just writing or they don't practice it. They don't be in the mirror. But me personally, there's not a day that goes by that I don't sing. Even when I don't feel like it, it makes me feel wrong, like in nature,
to not
sing.
Wow. Very interesting that you said that. All right, on this part of the show, this segment of the show, I have learned to incorporate freestyle art. So I have a Sharpie here for you today. It doesn't mean that that's the color of the object that you're drawing. Of course, I'll make it make sense. But I would like for you to doodle for me. And I want to see, it's going to help me to see where you are. Okay? I'm going to try to break down and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Okay. All right. There's a lot here for sure. I see a lot of different patterns. Definitely a lot of different patterns. And now we have to figure out what these patterns are. I want to say that you're scatterbrained and organized at the same time. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't disagree.
Okay. I see how things are in the group, like basically organized chaos.
Yeah, that's how I describe things.
Really interesting. So let's put organized.
That's really good.
Thank you. Chaos. Okay, because like I said, you can see the patterns and stuff and how you have it separated. And you did mention earlier you do juggle a lot of different things. That's what this looks like too. Different ideas. You know what you want to do with each one of them. It's many different ones, but you know exactly how you want to do it, when you want to do it, where you want to do it. Like you in your head, you have it down to the T compared to someone who just clutter it all together. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to see what do I see arrows for sure. I see arrows and money sign. You remember that little money sign we used to make in school?
Yeah.
So I see the money sign. I see arrows, which could solidify direction. Um, the direction is going like this, and again, in a weird way, it still goes back to different patterns, same patterns, just different ones, and they're all pointing up. You didn't make an arrow go down to the side or nothing like that. So it goes back to organized chaos. Like I know where I want to go. It's gonna be many things that I want to do, but I know where I want them all to be, which is successful. That sound all right to me? This is giving me seaweed vibes.
Okay.
What in what way are you associated with water?
Water is like my main thing in my chart. Like I'm a Sag, that's my sun.
Mm.
Everything else is water. Like my moon is Cancer, my rising is Scorpio.
So you saying those other things are water based?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh, I'm really good.
Yeah, I be describing myself like a wildfire in the middle of a lake type shit. You know what I mean?
Got it. Got it. Okay.
It really is good.
Do you have your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's Google seaweed spiritual meaning. Let's go a little deeper. While you do that, I'm gonna look at this other stuff. I see some X's and O's, tic tac toe.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's up with you in games? Are you a game player? Do you have like jokes and sarcasm a part of your personality? Because you give goofy vibes though.
Yeah, I am
A little goofy, a
I'm,
little
yeah,
playful.
I'm definitely playful.
Okay. I'm gonna associate that with playful.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do with games. You play.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay. So I got another characteristic trait from you out of that. Put seaweed spiritual meaning. I see some graffiti too. Or like good penmanship. It's look like some cursive. Let me see what it say. The seaweed. Let me read it. Okay. Seaweed has spiritual meanings in different cultures, including Japanese and Hebrew. I'm asking to read it and I can't even see the words. The words seaweed and synonym were used metaphors to express a range of meanings, including love, compassion, truth, and sensuality.
That's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Oh, because those things come together. You know, when I think about like attraction, you know what I mean? Like I look for those things.
Love, compassion, truth, and sensuality.
Yeah, those are important. Like when I think about what I'm attracted to, you know, it's like your level of those things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm convinced I'm dope at this.
Yeah, you're really good. That was the first time anybody's ever gotten down to it.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't even plan what I was going to draw. Just
Right,
was
and
vibing.
that's the point of you freestyling because it's gonna let me know what's what. You know,
Mm-hmm.
what's what you're really thinking about. But anyway, for the most part, a sense of direction, and of course, you know, you moving forward and wanting everything to go. You want everything to be successful. You don't want just one thing. You know, like you don't have like a main goal. Like this is my main. You know, I want to be great in everything. And then I like how you said you during the pandemic you went and found something else to do. So that's why I think it's organized chaos. You know how to change and be okay with change. Yeah. Okay, let me go do this, and I want this to be just as great as anything else that I do. And then you already know what other traits you have. They're gonna do what they do, but it's a time when you do it. Exactly. That's why I see this separation of organized. It's organized pattern, but it's multiple patterns. So, yeah, that's what I get from this. Okay, where can the people find you?
Find me on all streaming platforms at AINT $ HYTFREE and Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. All streaming platforms.
So growing up, and you know you live with your grandma. She raised you.
Mm.
Um,
Well, I lived with her. I can't say that she raised me by herself. Like, takes a village.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So like, how did you get with her? Like, where's your mom and dad? What was life like growing up for you?
Oh man. Well, I'm one of those guys. I don't really know who my dad is. Never, never really cared either. But my mom, she got into a car accident actually when I was 4 years old,
Mm.
and she was immobilized. Me and my older sister moved in with my grandmother down south, from South Carolina, from New York, and that's where we were for the next 6 years. We stayed with her while my mom was rehabilitating, and yeah, we never really went far after that, and yeah, so it was like grandma was like the main, rock. And then I went back and stayed with my grandma because I was the only boy. I kept getting in trouble, so my mom would just send me to my grandma's house. You know.
Did your mom heal?
Oh yeah, she is
That's great.
for
That's
sure, for sure.
awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
What was that like being absent from your mom? You know, especially due to a tragic situation. You
Um,
think you accepted it more?
no, she look. My mom is strong. You know what I mean? And all right, we don't got time to get into it for real, but she didn't express her pain well. You know what I mean? So like a lot of times we had no clue what was going on for her. She just was at work. You know, so just being at the crib, I always longed to spend more time with my mom, type shit. You know what I mean? So it was like me and my sister, we had babysitters, we had nannies, we had all type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like neighbors, and then we just started taking care of ourselves. But if we need anything, we call grandma.
Right, right, right. Shout out to grandma.
Shout out to grandma.
Period. When you got out into the real world, how was that for you? Like growing up without a father and how life had molded you, up into a certain point or now.
Mm.
Like they don't teach us what we learn in the world. They really teach us their fears, what to do and what not to do. But when we leave the nest, I think people that's when they go through that midlife crisis of I'm outside now, no one to save me. This is where I am. Get it or don't. And a lot of times we get it from experience.
Yeah.
It was hard for me leaving the nest. I left the nest. It wasn't hard to leave it,
Mm.
but facing responsibility and things that I never making wise decisions and knowing what's what from what and go to for just the whole combination of becoming an adult
Yeah.
was challenging.
Mm.
How was that for you?
Becoming an adult, I still believe that shit was ass. You know what I mean? Like it just was because the idea, the concept of what an adult is, you just think of somebody that's just supreme responsible. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh damn, like you got everything together, things flowing, everything's moving, and you're taking care of business. But I don't know one adult that has that going for them for real. And they're happy with things the way they go. So it's like finding out that's not what it really is. I think was the big shocker for me, especially coming out of a situation where, you know, spent becoming a man. It was like very lonely. You know what I mean? Because of me being the only son, and then not having too many like male figures to bounce ideas around off of and see how things were done. You know, I just I was creative, and then finding my relationship with God and in the church, I was able to, you know, kind of figure out how to feel my way around.
I
You know what
like
I'm
that.
saying? It was like,
Using another sense. You
yeah,
didn't see it,
hmm
so then you incorporate feeling it.
yeah, because it didn't look like anything that I thought it would look like, especially since, our parents are doing what they're doing, they're showing us stuff, and you see everything just being taken care of, lights never went off and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you get into that predicament, it's like, damn, how am I going to pay for this? And I don't even have enough hours on my schedule, you know what I mean, to make the money. Like, how am I going to make it happen type shit? They don't talk about that type of shit. So it's like, especially as a man, like never seeing it done in this form is just like
Mm, mm,
it
mm.
doesn't make any sense. So like coming to terms with it doesn't have to look like anything. Just knowing that if I'm comfortable with making decisions, not out of desperation, but just knowing that I can feel my like literally feel my way through it, like feel it
Mm, mm,
as it
mm.
is because
I love that.
I don't know anything.
Right, right, right. Wow.
hmm So I think that's why I make the music that I make, mm, because I want to feel as best as I can. And so in those moments where I don't know how to feel, I'll just write music. I just write my way through it basically. Like that's where majority of my songs stem from. It's those times where I don't know how to be
Mm-hmm.
like myself or what people want me to be. So I'm just gonna do what is the most natural thing. It makes me feel better, you know?
Absolutely. Wow. Got to feel our way through it sometimes when you can't see it. Maybe feel can be internal
Mm.
and external, feeling your way through, especially through the darkness. Like being able to recognize what you feel, especially like before you go through a lot of turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's important because when you do go in and self reflect, it's all about you can't see your spirit or your soul. So you need to acknowledge what you feel
Mm-hmm.
so that you can become aware and work on those things. Hey, this doesn't make me feel good. This does make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So just using those other senses, even hearing it, say you couldn't see or didn't know how to feel, when you get advice from people, how to decipher what works for you and what doesn't, and influence what to take in and what to try to refrain from
Mm-hmm.
receiving. You know what I'm saying? Love that, love that, love that. Thank you guys for tuning in to How It's Life Behind Your Lens. We got your boy Free in the building. You want to follow him and his work. Again, he's a singer. He showed improved. He is a sushi chef, which is Black Sushi, and he has other great talents as well. His Instagram and everything is provided so that you can just follow this young man on his journey and the path of discovery. And of course, if you want to reach out to him, anytime you can help someone grow, expand, in whatever form. If it's you want to reach out and talk to him, if you want to send some blessings and some donations. Like, I want to see you go big, or I want to put you in the studio, or any of those things. Like, this is what this is for. And for someone to open up and be genuine and speak from the heart using their voice is magnificent. I love it. I'm here for it. Y'all DM him, DM me, keep it going. Spread the love.